Hey, we should be live. Microphone checks out. Alright, we're going to finish Bilbo. Finally. So, unless we left off, I had made all of the cuts, but we cut a few other things because of where we were at, so we are going to figure out if I want to add in anything else to help support this deck a little bit more. I was looking at, artifacts and enchantments. I was looking at the enchantments while we were on stream. I was checking the artifacts while I was waiting for my brother to get ready for work, and then they texted him he didn't have to be in for a little while longer. So anyway, I was looking at other cards because I don't think I want creatures that repeatedly make other creatures, because that's a little dangerous. Because then when the one creature like a wrath effect kills not only the things but the sources of them also. So the only one we have left is mobilization that looked promising, which is a 3-drop enchantment and 3 mana to make a 1/1 that will have vigilance because of the enchantment. So obviously I prefer the Dawn of Hope or whatever that gives us a 1/1 lifelink and lets us draw cards by gaining life. But so we cut all of the creature token makers. So that's a potential add-in. The other thing, oops, I keep closing the things rather than the other potential add-in that I'm thinking about is the other Soul Sister. Station is oops, 2 white and it's an enchantment. Yeah, it's like Soul's Attendant, I believe. And it functions like the other Soul Sisters, but it has like the more updated wording. This is from Rise of the Eldrazi. Alright, so not even that modern, so modern in the sense that it's from modern. Right. Human, Cleric, 1/1. So these are the 3 I'm thinking about adding. The problem is that I only have one more slot. So I need 2 other cards to come out if any of these are going in. Alright, I did manage to do that bit of editing. That was a fun deck, and that will be... I forget how many drafts behind I am relative, like how many I have recorded versus when they're going to go up, because I post them 6 days a week right now. But that one was a fun one, and I am super glad I did that. I had a call or the ring, call of the ring, the enchantment that makes the ring tempt you every turn, and I had some fun cards for ring temptations, and at one point in time I just had like a billion things going on all at once. My opponent was getting absolutely ruined. So that was a fun draft. I think I only got to like 5 wins or 6 wins with it before it finally lost its 3rd game, because it was one of those decks where when you assemble all the pieces, it does these really cool things, and sometimes if the pieces show up in the wrong order or the opponent has a good tempo play start, you just never do anything. Because you need multiple cards in play at the same time to be working together. So we're looking for like 2-ish cards that can come out, because I do have enough room mana-wise for the deck to not be exactly 60-40, but yeah, we added in Sacred Mesa, that is one of them. Makes a Pegasus for 2 mana, but on your upkeep you have to sacrifice at least one Pegasus. Well, you have to sacrifice one of the Pegasuses, so you have to have at least that one in play to feed to it, or the mana to make another one in response to the trigger. So. Soul Warden, No Mercy, Aura Shards, excuse me, Leonin Elder, Well of Lost Dreams, Ariok Champion, Crucible of Worlds, Eternal Witness, Sensei's Top, Godless Shrine. I don't know why I'm reading off the lands all of a sudden. Leyline of the Void, Angel's Grace, Essence Warden, Sprout Swarm is one of the ones we added in. The Dread, Bitter Blossom, Fracturing Gust. Ugh. Get some more water. Path to Exile. Oracle. Marauder, Sangromancer, Pesa, Bow, Courser, Better End, Ailey, Anguished Unmaking, Heroic Intervention, Settle the Wreckage, Dawn of Hope, Bolus's Citadel. Huh. Now that's whenever you cast a. I was just like it just popped into my head. Oketra's Memorial, but that one is casting creature spells, gets you the 1/1 token. I was thinking of the buyback spells with it in order to generate more tokens, because I would cast multiple spells in a turn, but that's not how that works. Um, hmm. Did we skip over anybody? Dawn of Hope, Settle the Wreckage, Heroic Intervention, Anguished Unmaking. Yeah, that's where we were. Anguished Unmaking. So we kind of glossed over them. Bolus's Citadel. Night of Dawn's Light, Shoal-Dread, Terra Sunder, Lotho, Battle of Bywater, The One Ring, Elixir of Immortality, Faith Mender, Alhamrat's Archive, Ajani's Strength of the Pride, Angel of Vitality, Recruit the Worthy, Winds of Abandon, Arcane Signet, Damaging Ooze, Darksteel Mutation, Teferi's Protection, Lawless Maneuver, Black Market, Clever Concealment, Excise the Imperfect, and Bilbo himself. Oh, and Mana Crypt. So. Vitality. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I thought I said Angel of Vitality twice, but not because I reread it, but because I saw it a previous time. But it might have been Elixir of Immortality and then Angel of Vitality, and the ality part made my brain go, wait, didn't you just say that word a minute ago? And that's probably what it was. Because I think I almost cut Angel of Vitality, so if I put it back on the list in the wrong spot, that would make sense for that to have happened, but does not seem to be the case. Alright, so those are the three I'm trying to make room for. I would need 2 cards out. Nothing immediately stood out as why is this card still in here when we've cut all these other cards. Like, we just put in a bunch of make token creature cards for Aura Shards, so that's still functional. Elder is still in there for opponent's artifact making, and when I cast my artifact spells too. I also have a couple of things that will make artifact tokens, like the Shire. Hey, I'm sorry, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Alright, microphone's back on? Cool. Sorry about that. Okay, they're looking for 2 cards that are suitable cuts. Ideally, we can't find them. Debating which card I most want to still have on the list. Because all 3 of them have a lot of value. Cutting Ailey, settle. I'm basically looking to make sure there's not like another card that fell into the category of the old cards that we cut from the list. That now that we've made all those cuts, we don't need this one anymore. There might not be one left. Ooh, excuse me. Winds of Abandon, Scavenging Ooze, Darksteel Mutation. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, so what are my creatures like? What am I going to tutor for with Survival of the Fittest most likely? Because I did cut a bunch of creatures from this list, which is why we're putting in the token makers to, because we just need bodies, not necessarily like creatures with abilities or anything. We just need a volume of creatures. So we have the various soul sisters that we can change which one we have, or we can get rid of something else to get one of them. Eternal Witness is really strong, the tutor target. Dread, Gaia, Marauder, Sangromancer, Teysa. Like, a lot of these are fine, but we don't necessarily need them. I think Ailey might be one of the best ones to tutor for, because at that point it's white. It's 2 white, 2 black, 1 green, and 1 colorless, and discarding a creature card from my hand and sacrificing another creature to tutor her up, put her into play, and activate her immediately to exile a non-land permanent. So that's decent. Sheoldred's just ridiculously good, so anytime we have her. Lotho's only really super important in the early game when I need the extra mana, because the deck's not as mana hungry as a lot of other decks are in Commander. Like, it has some stuff to do with the extra mana, but mostly that's going to involve it drawing more cards and casting cheap spells. So yeah, okay, maybe we don't need survival then. Like, we have a couple of really strong creatures, but without the reanimation abilities that we were getting from like Revelark and Vesperlark, and with only a few of the creatures actually being redundant or being good things to pitch to the graveyard, it actually takes a lot of the edge off of survival. I think Mobilization is going to be our 60-second card. And we just won't do the Soul's Attendant then. We don't need all of them, and I think I like the variants. Like, having the 1 green one in the deck is fine. Like, it's the same thing as the white one, so. So we cut Mobilization from here. We go down to Onslaught. Slot M for Mobilization. Alright, so that gives us 62. Whoops. Killed the clipboard. Alright, so that gives us 62. So 38 lands. Let's see what we have on the list to start with. Let's do it this way. Well, we currently have 35, but that seems a bit excessive. Alright, so 3 dual lands, check. Croson Verge, and all the fetches. 3 Shocklands. Murmuring Bosk is tutorable. Mistvale Plains. I don't know that we need things like the Grey Pelt Refuge and the Khans of Tarkir ones. Definitely want Sandstep Citadel. Canopy Vista. Scattered Groves. Datha Triome. More duels. Boseiju. Haunted Mire and Sunlit Marsh. Barad-dûr. The Shire. Heliod's Hall. Command Tower. That does not leave room for a ton of basics, does it? How many enchantments do we still have in the deck? So again, I would like to start at the top and work our way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for Heliod's Generosity. Yeah, we don't need any of these anymore. I can go ahead and get rid of them. Yeah, we have 13 actually on the list then. It's 1. Paris Under is 2. Yep, those are the only 2, so all of Heliod's Generosity. It does let us get back Mobilization and Sacred Mesa, so that's a little bit tempting. So, pop here. Go back to searching for land. Bayou Savannah Scrubland. Verge. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's true. The only one we're not running is the blue-red land. So we have 10 fetches because of the Croson Verge being on the list. Mistvale Plains lets us put cards from our graveyard back into our deck as long as we have 2 or more white permanents. Make sure it's white permanents and not like white cards randomly or something. Target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library, only if you control 2 or more white permanents. Okay, and a lot of our token makers are white now, so... Is that always the artwork for that? I didn't think so. Okay. I thought it looked weird. It's like, does... Shadowmoor even have angels? The answer is no, they have fairies. Little mischievous fairies. As neat as it is to have the comes into play gain life lands, I don't think we actually need them. They're more of a cute trick, and while we do have stuff to pay us off for gaining life, this just feels completely unnecessary. Like it's taking up precious space that could be some basics, so that way we don't just die to Blood Moon and whatnot. Actually, I want to double check. So if we come back up here, so those three are match set. All those are those things. These three are match set. That's a tri-land. We have like one non-basic land for each color that makes the colors of mana, because we have the white one here, and then we have the black and green ones from the actual Lord of the Rings set. So have those. That's a triumph. So we have 1, 2 white-green specific dual lands. And then if we go down here, we actually have 4 between the snow ones and the non-snow ones. And since I don't have anything that benefits from snow lands, I think we should get rid of the 2 snow lands. That's true. I have one more green one over here. Go ahead and get rid of that. But yeah, there is one extra green land now in Boseiju. Yeah, we keep Haunted Mire and Sunlit Marsh. Alright, so that leaves us with 29 lands. So 80, 91. So 9 additional lands. I feel like most of our stuff is white. So I think our plains are 4. Swamps are 2, and forests are 3. So plain, swamp, forest, 4, 2, 3. Pretty sure that's accurate if we look at the list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's technically 5 because it's the 2 colors. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 23, 4, 25, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we have 30 cards out of our 62 that are white or part white. So yeah, I think my count's pretty accurate. I might be a little surprised by how many black spells we actually have in the deck, but most of them are not mono black. We do have a few things that would like the black mana though, most notably Dread and Greed. So Dread being triple black to cast and Greed needing black to activate, but I'm pretty sure 2 swamps plus all of the lands we actually have. So what does that actually give us if we do this? So we have 1, 2. That can tutor for them. So can all of these. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we have 21 black sources from our lands, and like 3 more from the artifacts, I believe. Plus something like, if we don't need double black right away, we have like Lotho makes treasures. a couple other things. And most of our stuff is only one black to cast, so yeah, no, I think Bilbo's done. So kind of a short stream, but I did want to finish him. I thought it might take a little longer to finish him, but that'll do it. So with Commander Masters coming out very soon, like the spoilers all done and everything, I thought we might take a moment to go back and look at some of the other decks I built. I did just recently have my 1 year anniversary for the stream about a month ago, so I think now would be a good time with the whole Commander Master set coming out to go back and look at the decks that we've already built and see what cards that have been added since then might deserve a slot in those decks. So I'll have to find all the lists and pull them all up, but it should be an interesting thing. And I should be able to get a stream or two out of that one, maybe more. But yeah, that's going to do it for this particular build. So that's Bilbo, Birthday Celebrant, all done. And I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.